Hello, and welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Here we are, and we're going to look at a beer today that is not Japanese, but is from that wonderful beer country, Belgium. Not just a beer country, but a country that makes wonderful, wonderful beer. And the brewery we're going to look at today is called St. Bernardus. St. Bernardus Brewery in Watteau, Belgium, which is in the Flemish area, Flanders. And they have kind of a complicated history. Apparently, in the early 1900s, the Trappists there left for France because of tax reasons. Not very clear exactly why, but they eventually they took up cheese making and then later moved back to France. A man named de Koning, who of course you may know the beer de Koning, took over their dairy and their cheese making. After World War II, de Koning was invited by the monks to start brewing, and he brought a Polish brewer to come who brought St. Sixtus yeast, which is the famous Westphalian strain. And they had a license agreement with Westphalian for a number of years, and the last one ran for 30 years, from 1962 to 1992, and then it unfortunately expired and was not renewed. So in 1998, though, they kind of renovated their facilities, and since then they've become quite popular, and you see their beers quite often around different areas of the world, including Japan. Certainly in America, you can find their beers quite easily. On Rate Beer, there are 38 beers listed, 30 different beers listed, and on Untapped, 27. But a total of over 1 million ratings, and the average is 3.82. And they make a number of beers, but their best known are their Wit or Blanche, Pater 6, Prior 8, Triple, Apt 12, and Christmas Ale. And those are the 6 most popular or best known beers from St. Bernardus. And I have reviewed the Christmas Ale, and I'll put a link to it in the description here. And I'll also put some pictures of the other beers right here, right now. And we're going to look at 3 beers from them in order, the Pater 6 and the Prior 8 and the Triple. So let's get ready to take a look at those. Okay, so we're going to look at Pater 6, which is a dubbel from St. Bernardus, and this is a 6% beer. And has 25 international bittering units, and this is rated, has 2,235 ratings on Rate Beer. The average is 3.67, 92 percentile for all beers on Rate Beer, and 98 percentile for its style. So it's in the top 50 on Rate Beer for the dubbel style. It's sitting at number 35, or at least it was when I looked. And this was 398 yen at the store where I bought it. It suddenly appeared. And Untapped, 71,000 ratings, and the average is 3.56, a little bit lower. I have rated this before, but it's been quite a while, almost 10 years, I guess 9 years or so. So I'll be getting to look through that here. This contains malt, hops, and some sugar, as many Belgian beers include kind of candy sugar. And I love this picture here. It's like he's making a point. Let's have one of these, okay? All right, well, should we open it up and see what we got here? And one thing you might notice is the caps. If you've ever seen an old Westphalian cap, the design kind of looks like that. Kind of looks like what it was. Okay, and I haven't seen Westphalian in a while. I do have one bottle, but I'm saving it for maybe review 1000. Okay, so this pours out rather dark, somewhat translucent, kind of reddish brown with a kind of thick, dark tan, foamy head, kind of spongy, kind of thick lacing there. Okay, well, do get some light Belgian yeast notes, some roast malt, tiny edge of something that seems almost like funk, but I don't think there's any wild yeast in this. Definitely some kind of rough fruity notes. Flavor quite similar. Raisins, maybe ripe apples. A bit of nuts. Something lightly creamy. So it's both sweet and slightly tart through the mid palate, and it mellows in mid palate definitely, and the finish is quite balanced, I think. This is very pleasant. I rated it 3.7 out of 5, and that was quite a while ago. I think I might give it something similar today. It's pleasant. I don't think it's up there with Westmalle, for sure. But you might want to give this one a go. Again, it's called St. Bernardus Pater 6, an Abbey Ale from St. Bernardus in Watteau, Belgium. So give it a go, and we'll look at a few more of them. Please have a look at the playlist for St. Bernardus, okay, and you can see what I felt about all of them. I hope you're doing well. Please take care, and see you next time. Bye-bye.